All right, let's let's look at another example here, and in this case, this is a situation: a rock is tossed downward from a height of 112 feet. It reaches the ground in 2 seconds. What was its initial velocity? All right, so let's go again. We're under the influence of the acceleration of gravity. So A is constant at negative, since we're using feet, all right, it'll be 32 feet per second squared. All right, v0 is the initial velocity, and that's what we're trying to find. So I'm just going to put a question mark here for v. That's what we're looking for. And its height, its location, its position was 112 feet to start with, so S0 is 112. And again, here now we're assuming that ground level corresponds to S equals 0, and that up is positive. Okay, so we'll assume those things. Now let's see, how can we go about this? All right, well, it hits the ground in 2 seconds. It hits the ground in 2 seconds. So S of 2 needs to be 0. S of 2 needs to be 0. And basically we'll solve this. You'll see in a second, solve for V naught. Now let's recall. S of t was equal to at squared over 2 plus v sub 0 t plus s sub 0. And in this case, we have that s of t is equal to negative 32 t squared over 2 plus v sub 0 t. I don't know what v sub 0 is. I'm trying to find that out. Plus, I do know that s sub 0 is 112. Okay? And now what I want to do is I want to set s of 2 equal to 0, because it hits the ground in 2 seconds. Well, s of 2 is s with each instance of t replaced by 2. So that would be negative 32 divided by 2 is 16, negative 16 times 2 squared plus v0 times 2 plus 112 is equal to 0. And that'd be negative 16 times 4, which is negative 64, plus 2v0 plus 112 is equal to 0. Combining the negative 64 and 112, 112 minus 64 is 48. So we'd have 2v0 plus 48 is equal to 0. So then 2v0 is equal to negative 48, and v0 is equal to negative 24. So basically the rock was given an initial velocity of negative 24 feet per second, meaning that it was thrown downward with that initial velocity. Remember, upward is the positive direction, so downward is the negative direction. So the initial velocity was downward at 24 feet per second. That would have been the initial velocity for this. Okay.